Hello, my name is Chris Diaz, and I wanted to do a book review of this book, Don Lancaster's Incredible Secret Money Machine. And it's a really cool book. Don Lancaster recently passed away, and I was thinking about it. I have several of his books. He was, you can read all about him. There's probably a lot of information on the internet about him. There's YouTube videos of him speaking. But really interesting guy. He did a lot with electronics and engineering and teaching and other activities. He talks about some of that in this book. And basically, the book is, the byline is a how-to cookbook for setting up your very own computer, craft, or tech venture. So it's just a really cool book for setting up your own business, something that I'm really interested in myself. And this is the second edition. The first edition came out in, I think, 1978. Then he did like a rewrite and a revision in 1992, which is when I heard about this book and got it. And at the time when I bought this, he had a deal going. I think I bought several of his books, and I got a autographed copy. So that's his autograph right there, which is pretty cool, I think. So, but it's a really interesting book. It's got a lot of kind of maybe controversial information. I think it's good information. I'm going to read some excerpts that I think are really interesting to me. I don't know. I looked on Amazon. I believe it may still be available from some booksellers. I don't know. If you can find a copy of it, I highly recommend getting it or at least reading it. I first got the first copy at a local library, and I liked it so much that I wanted to buy a copy of it. And then he had this second edition come out. I'm not sure what I paid for it. It was well worth the money, whatever it costs. So what I wanted to do was just read a couple excerpts from it that I thought were kind of cool. And like I said, some of the information may be a little bit contrary to what you might think as far as what you would find in like a business book or how to set up your own business or how to work for yourself. But I just found a lot of cool stuff in here. So he has a lot of neat little pages in here where he has like some key ideas, and this one I thought was kind of interesting. It says, your incredible secret money machine will only work if you, one, are into a technical or craft trip on a total lifestyle basis. Two, you want to stay in control. Three, money for money's sake doesn't matter. And four, you are gentle to others and the environment. So I thought that was kind of good advice there. I got a bunch of pages marked with Post-it notes. By the way, I love Post-it notes. I think they're one of the coolest things around. I use them to mark pages. I use them to take notes down. I have a lot of Post-it notes everywhere, in my car, at work, at home. So I'm going to kind of skim through here and just pull out a couple things. This is not all the things that I like the most. These are just a handful of things just to give you a little flavor of what the book is like. And it's kind of a how-to guide on how to set up your own business and how to do it, maybe in ways that are contrary to what a lot of people might tell you. Not like among other things. Well, I'll get to that section. He has a couple of kind of words of advice, but like here's a good example right here. So what you want to do when you set up your own business, which the Incredible Secret Money Machine is basically his term for your own business, working for yourself. So he says about your new money machine, you want to think simple, think cheap, think scungy, think low energy, and think small. So this is setting up something on a small scale, kind of bootstrapping it, not starting out like a lot of people do with a really elaborate business plan, an office, investors, money, all this stuff. It's kind of starting on a really small scale, something that anybody can do. So another section that I marked, this is kind of cool. Okay, he talks about tactics and secrets. He talks about this concept of letting others pay for your fun. Okay, and he gives them examples, and some of these are ones that I actually have used myself, so I can totally relate to these. So he talks about these are things that he's done or other people have done that have been things you would do, you'd have fun, yet you might actually get paid in the process, which is awesome. So one is being a part-time fireman, so that could be fun. Substitute teaching, that could be fun. I was doing tutoring off and on through the years. I've worked at a community college as a tutor, which to me was always fun. It never really felt like work. I enjoyed explaining concepts to people. I enjoyed helping people. I enjoyed kind of seeing the light bulb go on when I was able to explain something. So when I was tutoring, that job never felt like a job. There was a period of time when I was in a band, kind of full time. We played like every weekend, and my job during the day was tutoring at a local college, which I did for like about 30 hours a week. So it was almost like full time work. And then every weekend I was playing with this band all around Cleveland, and we even traveled a bit. So I talk about that band in some of my other videos. It was a all original band called Odd Girl Out, and I'll probably post some videos of shows we did and some recordings, and that's a whole nother topic that I'll do a couple of videos on. But anyways, getting back to this, another one is giving income tax advice. I guess that could be fun. Doing a regional column for a paper, that could be kind of fun. Growing specialty herbs, offering a junior college course, entering contests and competitions, restoring old pianos, doing freelance photography, auctioneering, critiquing textbooks, being in a rock band. He has that in the book right there. I highlighted it, so that's something I can totally relate to, because I still play in a couple bands right now. I've been in a band since high school, so over 40 years, and I can tell you from my experience, being in a band is totally fun most of the time. I mean, it's a lot of work. The work, I always tell people, is loading my car, driving to a gig, unloading, setting up. The playing is the easy part. The hard part is the hauling of all the equipment. So I like to tell people I'm a furniture mover, and then the music is what I do for free. So, but being in a rock band is definitely fun. I have a great time with the bands I'm in right now, and I make some pretty decent money after doing it for over 40 years. So anyways, the last two, helping with a co-op food store, it could be fun, and custom woodworking. So so those are some things that he talks about. This is kind of cool, this section. There's this concept, the term he uses is being a doing dogger, okay, a doing dogger, and this is his definition, and I really like this, okay. A doing dogger is someone who makes things happen, those who act rather than are acted upon. When they are in a cave, doing doggers have to know where the crawlway goes, what lies beyond the siphon, and how far the next cave over is. Okay, doing doggers. Then he lists a couple kind of criteria. Doing doggers, okay, always get control of any situation, never wait in line for anything, expose themselves to many alternatives, never waste time unless they really want to, wonder, pick a different route home, read voraciously, never watch television, stay away from psychic energy sinks, do not hassle unless all else has failed, start things, stay off the beaten path, and are into their own trip. Then he says, doing doggers have fantastic secret money machines, so can you. So, and I can totally, just my personal opinion on some of these, I love to read, I love books, I have a lot of books, I can't stop buying books. Public libraries are one of the most incredible values, I think, these days. I get a lot of books from the local libraries. I have them forwarded to a branch by our house so I can pick them up. I think it's one of the best things that you can get for free, basically. As far as television, I really don't like TV at all. I don't really find anything I want to watch on TV. I find YouTube to be way more interesting and way more focused into the kind of things I'm interested in. I watch a lot of channels of other musicians that are doing some really great stuff. I'm going to probably do a video about who those people are, some of my favorite channels, but other musicians that are very accomplished, doing some really cool stuff. And I watch videos from people doing the topics in electronics and just all kinds of things, projects they've built. So I posted a couple of those kind of videos, and I hope to post more and more videos and better videos. So then let's see where I'm at. Yeah, this is kind of useful too. He talks about you often can be your own worst enemy. Okay, he says the most limiting restrictions on your secret money machine are those limits you put on yourself. It's not the big they out there that stops you from accomplishing. It's plain old you. You are your own worst enemy when 1, you let others rob you of time and energy. 2, you fail to set goals. You don't follow through. You set your sights too low. You don't finish what you start. You get involved in psychic energy sinks. You don't get products out the door. You fail to evaluate change. You don't persist and persevere, and you aren't a doing daughter. So those are the things that, can cause you the most trouble, which a lot of them are kind of self-imposed limitations. So, and this is kind of I'm going to read a couple of these things too. He talks about getting started. He said kind of some criteria to keep in mind. Think simple, spend little, stay legal, avoid future obligations, build by bootstrapping, maintain a low profile, be open to change, have a sense of scale, keep accurate records, and know your goals. So I think that makes a good point. And this illustration I thought was kind of cool. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's a cartoon of sorts. It says modifying a television for a better money machine. So we'll see how this turns out when I watch the video. But he basically shows step by step how to modify your TV to have a better money machine, which essentially involves cutting the end of the cord so you can't plug it in the wall anymore, obviously, so you can't watch it, which would give you a lot more time to pursue on your money machine. So I totally agree with that. And he talks about, the libraries, where it's at as far as getting informed and learning. I think nowadays, I think libraries were awesome, totally awesome. I totally recommend getting books out of the library, anything useful. And YouTube's a great resource too. You can find a lot of really cool information on there about virtually anything. I've used information on YouTube to fix my car, simple repairs, to fix appliances, to fix all kinds of things. And I want to post some videos of stuff I'm going to fix. I have, I'm looking at a keyboard over there a friend of mine has. It's a Yamaha Motif keyboard that, it's a really beautiful keyboard. It's an 88 key keyboard. He was at a gig, something fell on the front and kind of bent in the front panel, and some of the buttons don't work. I think the circuit board got cracked. Something I'm hoping I can fix, but I'm going to open that up and fix it, or attempt to fix it, and I'll shoot a video of it. So I like watching repair videos and learning from other people that have fixed stuff, and I want to send a thank you to all you who may have done videos of that type, because I find them very helpful, and I want to do some myself. I got stuff in the basement to fix as well, mostly audio equipment and band equipment and so on. So that is kind of my overview. I'm definitely not hitting all the high points, but I skimmed through here and kind of pulled out a couple of nuggets that I thought were cool. So again, The Incredible Secret Money Machine, this is version 2 by Don Lancaster. Hope you can find it, or find it at a library or a bookstore. Hopefully it'll stay in print. And so that was one book. I'm looking at another book I'm going to do a review of. I get a really short preview though, but this is another one I really like by Don Lancaster, called A Micro Cookbook, and this is all about working with microprocessors, microcontrollers, and which something I took a huge interest in when I was in college. Are basically little computers on a chip, and you can program it to do virtually anything. And I just find them really, really fascinating. I think of them as like a blank canvas. It's like you can really do almost anything you can think of electronically with a microcontroller. So I'm going to talk about this book in another video. But anyways, just want to give a quick overview. I was surprised to find that no one had posted, at least I didn't find, a review of this book, so I wanted to do a quick review and just kind of get the word out there to any of you that might be thinking of starting up a little business or side hustle, or if you had a dream of starting a business. It's kind of interesting information. A lot of it's kind of contrary to what other books might cover, but if you're into crafting, technology, crafting, virtually anything, I think there's a lot of information here which applies. So thank you for watching, and I'll do another book review later. Bye.